Hello everybody, this is Fronto Baba here and welcome to race number 28 of the 2018-19 NASCAR Skittles Cup Series season. This is the New Jersey Transit 400 at the New Jersey Speedway in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Yep, we're coming here for the first time ever in this series because of all the sausage that happened with the schedule, but that's okay because this track should be a good one. Yeah, so of course after Pocono, which was the first race of the playoffs, Martrix Jr. and the Real Xbox Nerd fell right off the radar, after both of them blew an engine, with Martrix Jr. blowing an engine before the race even started, and the Real Xbox Nerd blowing his engine fairly early on in the race, resulting in both of them having the worst possible finishes that they could have in that race. So they're going to have to really rebound from this one if they're even going to have a chance at competing for the title with Fronto Bobbin. Because Fronto Bobbin, he now has a huge points gap on the guys behind him. So, Fronto Bobbin, he's good. Let's say that. But will he be good after this race, or will he, well, I don't know. We're going to have this race and just see what happens. So, anyway, with that being said, let's now give you the starting grid. Starting the pole for this race is Martrix Jr. Alongside him in second is the Real Xbox Nerd. Third is Fronto Bobbin. Fourth is Kevin Harvick. Fifth is Kyle Busch. Sixth is Bank Coaches. Seventh is Denny Hamlin. Eighth is Tim Tom. Ninth is Chase Elliott. 10th is Brad Keselowski. 11th is William Byron. 12th is Gridrin. 13th is Perry Serp. 14th is Daniel Hemrick. 15th is Kyle Larson. 16th is Ryan Newman. 17th is Oliver. 18th is Glenn Boyer. 19th is Donald. 20th is Alex Bowman, 21st is Douglas, 22nd is Daniel Suarez, 23rd is Ryan Blaney, 24th is Joe Logano, 25th is Jimmy Johnson, 26th is Duck, 27th is Paul Menard, 20th is Eric Gamrola, 29th is Eric Jones, 30th is Kurt Busch, 31st is Bub Walls, 32nd is Rebecca, 33rd is Nia, 34th is Austin Dillon, 35th is Jamie 6, 36th is Mr. Light's brother, 37th is Derper, 38th is Mr. Lighty, 39th is Mommy, 40th is Reed Sorensen, 41st is Landon Castle, and 42nd and last is Can't Drive, because he just can't drive. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, New Jersey. First night race of the playoffs. And not the last, I can say that. It's the first, and will be the last. Yeah, so, Philly's just doing its thing. Yeah, not much to say. Apart from, well, let's do this. Oh, looks like the pace car going down a pretty weird path. Okay, that's just a bit weird. He looks like he's not even on the racing surface. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, that was just a bit weird. Because that's like a special lane for the pace car or something. Yeah, of course, first race that we're doing here, so I don't know. Well, I don't really know what to expect. Apart from, hopefully, a good race. Let's see if we can have a good race today, shall we? So, Martrix Jr. and the Real Xbox Nerd, these two really are going to have to get their act together because, well, really because they're, poor performance from the last race. Let's see if they can become better. With that having been said, as we come to the finish line, green flag is out. We are underway at New Jersey. Some of my words a bit there. For some reason, I thought the cards were taking a while to come out, but we're underway now as Fronto Bobbin already doing what he does best and storming to the lead. And the field going very fast off of turn number 2. Fronto Bobbin, though, storming away like he always does. Yeah, Fronto Bobbin, though, now with the next special looking car, now he has those playoffisms going on with the red banner above the windshield and the red spoiler. Usually, of course, those would be black on Fronto Bobbin's cars, but, well, since the playoffs, though, they're red. Oh, Martrix Jr., though, trying to battle it back just a bit with Fronto Bobbin. They went so fast on there, 210 miles per hour on the back straightaway. And Martrix Jr. is trying to battle back as the caution's out already at New Jersey. Wow. That was a pretty quick caution. Oh, smoke everywhere. Must have been a big accident. I don't know. I'm gonna find out. At the moment, nobody, well, Well, we can't really tell, can we now? So, yeah, so Frito Bobbin in the lead. And, yeah. So, okay, now we can go back in time and see what actually happened to bring out that last caution. What happened? What happened and who did an oopsie? Well, we're gonna find out. Also, the caution was up for a while. So, happened... What's happened on the front straightaway or something? Maybe happened on turn number 4. So we're gonna find out. Oh, yeah, wow, pretty big accident here. Very big accident, actually, wow. Oh, no, actually happened going into turn number 1 while the field was going 3 or 4 wide like a pack-style race on the front straightaway, and as only resulted in a big accident. Well, I say big, okay, it wasn't super big. In fact, only a few cars were really involved. So Kurt Busch, Mr. Light's brother, Douglas, Paul Menard, and Derper all get involved, although Jimmy Johnson, he had been involved as well in this accident. Let's actually go back and see what it, or how he was involved. Looks like it wasn't a big deal, actually. It was just getting pushed around. He hit the outside wall, went on 2 wheels for a second, but it looks like that Jimmy Johnson's still in contention in this race. Almost gets hit by Paul Menard. Oh no, Jimmy Johnson does some damage, so we'll have to go down the paperwork to fix that, but on the end, well, let's see, you know, all the other things. Let's see how this crash started for the most part. So we go to Mr. Lighty's brother. Oh, of course, my iPad's making noise. I should have just turned it off earlier. So Mr. Lighty's brother. So it looks like that what happened here is that he was on the inside lane, but then he gets dumped. No, he doesn't get dumped. That was horribly worded. Let's actually go into the chase camera because you can't see anything from the you know, the camera. So a lot of people going beneath the yellow line, and then he went up to the racetrack, and then he got pushed by Kurt Busch, and then into Paul Menard. Oh, that's how it happened. And the rest of the field got involved in taking. Well, I say the rest of the field. 5 other cars got involved in taking out. So 5 cars now with damage. Oh, Keselowski. He was on pit road. I wonder why that was. So Keselowski. Yeah, it doesn't look like got involved in the accident. I guess something else happened. Yeah, it's Keselowski. He went on pit road pretty quickly. So I don't know what Keselowski's deal was. He wasn't 10th, but I guess he had some kind of problem with his car. But he came on pit road easily on just lap number 1. So I don't know what that's about. Either way, Keselowski, well, it doesn't really matter what Keselowski does because he's not even in contention of the playoffs anymore. Or never was in contention for the playoffs. I mean, no, he wasn't. I mean, he was in contention for the playoffs, but then he just fell off. Anyway, doesn't matter. So that crash happened. So, restart time. I guess I can also see who comes on. Well, no one's gonna pit, really. You know, it's very early in the race. No reason to pit so early. Yeah, didn't think so. Oh, Rulo coming to pit. And same with Rebecca, Mr. Lighty, and Jimmy Johnson. And all the guys that got involved in the wreck. Keselowski's been on there pit road for quite a while, so I wonder what his issue is. Only time will tell, I suppose. Well, the GGR guys now up here. Yeah. Truex, Busch, and Hamlin all up here. Although Busch, he's pretty high up in the playoffs. Well, no, he's actually pretty low in the playoffs thing because of his bad race at Pocono. You know, it's kind of interesting how all the guys, all the playoff contenders that have won races, or no, playoff drivers. I keep saying the wrong thing. All the playoff drivers that have won races this season, except for Frito Bobbin, were the ones that had the bad day at Pocono, and all the playoff drivers that hadn't won any races this season, they were all having better days, and they actually got pretty high up in the playoffs. Heck, 3 of the playoff drivers all are now tied in for, I don't know what position the point standings, but they all have the same amount of points, so that tie is obviously going to be broken after this race, but still interesting to note. So everyone got involved. has now fixed their cars up. They'll be going green this time by, or next time by, I mean. Yeah, so Felix getting lined up. We're going green again soon. Next lap. Keselowski's still pretty well though. Oh. So we might have to find out what his issue is after this race. I don't know what the issue is, but it's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Well, let's fast forward something to see here though, single file, because no one's been lapped yet, obviously. Just how early on the race it is. And here we go again. And green flag is in the air. We run away once again at New Hampshire. I mean, not New Hampshire, New Jersey. New Jersey, I'm gonna get those confused. Wow, what's this? 3 wide for second between Kyle Busch and the real Xboxner. Real Xboxner gonna go to the inside of all these guys and take them all on. Chase Elliott gonna capitalize on this as well. Elliott trying to make up a couple spots here. Yeah, look at Elliott down there, trying to compete with these guys, trying to keep his momentum that he gained or had from Pocono. Look at that. The field going all the way to the bottom. There's Denny Hamlin trying to go underneath his teammate Martin Truex Jr. As Felix Buxner has now been able to get himself out of his pit hole, and now he's out of it. Truex though now trying to get past Chase Elliott as Denny Hamlin and others trying to bow back. Well, Chase Elliott went pretty high back there, but is going to survive that. And Kyle Busch passes him as well this time as well. So Truex, Busch, and the rest of the Hamlin trying to capitalize on this too and do aggressive stuff as Hamlin now side by side with Chase Elliott. And Elliott falls back. So front of Bobbin has led every lap so far in this race with the Williams in second, and yeah. So the pull-up drivers really close to each other. And now the field is starting to go single file a bit here. Ooh, Ben Coates and William Byron were battling for a bit there, but then I guess Byron decided to step out. You know? Must be getting a little bit too uncomfortable with these guys. Oh well. So, and now the race is starting to die down a bit. Where's Daniel Hemrick, though, trying to compete with Percy Serp? You know, Hemrick, he actually could have made it into the playoffs. And he could have contested with, or tried to contest, well, sort of contest with William Byron, you know, the rookie. Hemrick, but Hemrick, though, you know, he just didn't have enough good races to tie together. So, yeah. As for this guys, though, starting to turn to a more of a Paris-style race, you know, where nobody could really pass anybody, and it was just front and bobbing every single lap. This race might be now just an extended version of that. Oh, it's quite interesting how fast this track is. For some reason I thought this track was going to be a short track, but it turns out it's a 1.5 miles, which means, well, it's a very fast 1.5 miles too, which means cars can go up to 210 miles per hour, as we saw you spit earlier. But what also means though that, yeah, nobody can really pass anyone, it seems, you know, because Rondeau was just continuing to pull away. He's got the list behind him, but neither, or Truex too, but nobody's really going to be a threat to anybody, actually. Go through the heel. Everyone is single file. Let's keep the camera in front of Bob and to see what happens, if anything happens. They catch up to Canada Dry, but this race now becoming more of a Paris style race, you know, well, like I literally just said. So, though this race, though, the entire field is single file. It's like, wow. Nobody seems to be interested in passing anyone. These guys are going very low to the track, you know, in the tri-oval. It looks like the real Xbox has a tiny bit of speed on Floyd to Bobbin. In fact, British Passenger was 0.1 seconds faster than Freundlich Bobbin on the last lap. But it doesn't look like he can really do much. I mean, although, yeah, looks like British Passenger looks like he's trying to catch up to Freundlich Bobbin for the lead, but well, it was getting to Freundlich Bobbin, but it seems like I can't really pass Freundlich Bobbin. Yeah. Which is kind of understandable though, because Freundlich Bobbin does have the more powerful car compared to the real Xbox Nerd. Plus, Freundlich Bobbin is a bit more talented. Of course, Freundlich Bobbin, you know, been doing this every year since 2003, although, but the real Xbox Nerd has been doing this every year since 2012. So the real Xbox Nerd still, I mean, he's not the youngest driver in the world. He's definitely become more of a veteran now at this point. But Freundlich Bobbin is the ultimate veteran of this series at this point. Well, at least he has been for this season anyway. Ooh, slow cars though. So the accident, well, it hasn't DNF'd anybody from the race. It has created a challenge for some of these guys. Quite impressive though how low they go to, you know, the track, the one through the apron. The British Nerd though, Lewis starting to look down in Freundlich Bobbin. These two are right about the same speed, though, so it seems that the real Xbox Nerd having a hard time catching up to Freundlich Bobbin just because of how much faster that. I know, I'll say how much faster. You know how similar these two are. I guess now the real Xbox Nerd Monterey Senior doing their best to set sail and improve on their disaster of a race that they had at Pocono. And now they pulled away from some of these other guys. Here's Denny Hamlin and Chase Elliott. These two rounding out the top 5. As Chase Elliott running in 5th. He was running up second back in Pocono, but then he fell back down to 7th, you know. So I guess Elliott now trying to continue his run from Pocono to here at New Jersey. These guys though getting into a bit of a battle here. Here's Tim Tom and William Byron going backwards and forth, and here's Kyle Busch. So the battle seems to now be back here. Look at that, 3 wide. These guys are now really battling. Playoff drivers and non-playoff drivers. Here's Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch. These two getting together. Yeah, nobody really doing anything up front here. So stick back here, Kyle Larson. I think he's on the edge of the top 10. I'm not 100% sure that we're going to see this time by. Yep. Kyle Larson 10th at the moment, so. Or no, 11th now. Actually, Kyle Busch now in the 10th, in the top 10 as 10th. Oh, here's Kevin Harvick trying to get up on Bank Coaches. He's just gone through a little bit of a rivalry back at Pocono, and then it looks like they're continuing the little rivalry here in New Jersey. Despite the fact that New Jersey is a very different track. I mean, to New Hampshire, they're rather close to each other though in terms of location. I mean, we came from Pocono, which was in Pennsylvania, which is, yeah, not that far of a distance away from New Jersey. Now, you could take the train, or, well, I say take the train. You don't have to take the train, then, well, maybe take your car, then take the train, then take your car again to here. Because, you know, you could take the train between Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Or could you? I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't wonder what's the nearest train track or railroad, I suppose, that near the Pocono Speedway. I don't actually know. I mean, I know that the Pennsylvania area has quite a few trainage going on there, but how much trainage is still going on by Pocono? I wonder. Anyway, Freundlich Bobbin. I mean, he is the train man, Freundlich Bobbin here. But, Oh well. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. But what's more important right now is what's going on here. He got getting held up by Derper here though. Ex-teammates getting to a bit of a run, having a bit of a run with each other for the ball, but now continue to be slowed down. What is this? Now they're battling for second here. Martrix Jr. dives underneath the real Xbox for second. And Martrix Jr. now taking second place away from him. Oh, they had a chance of getting up on Florida Boba, though, for a second there, but then they screwed up. And now just the Martrix Jr. getting screwed up because of Jimmy Johnson, and now the real Xbox are also getting screwed up by Jimmy Johnson. What is this? As a result, though, you know, these two, they could have actually gone up to Florida Bobbin. But they decided to screw around instead. So Florida Bobbin back with a pretty big lead. Oh, these two now side by side bound for second. Well, okay, not 7% anymore. Well, and Trux, yeah, there he goes. Now let's go to the real Xbox Nerds. So Trux is now facing second. And yeah. So Martin Truex Jr. and the real Xbox Nerd actually. I mean, they're trying to now improve their position in the playoffs after, well, like I said, what happened to both of them at Pocono. I mean, they've run well so far, but I'm sure one of them like to win this race. Of course, the only way they can do that is if they pass the front to Bob, and then they're not going to do that if they actually play their cards right. You know. I mean, yeah, they did. I mean, you know, Florida Bobbin does definitely see lap traffic in his future, but Marchix Jr. and the real Xbox Nerd need to be smart about this and capitalize on this. And more importantly, they need to not get stuck in lap traffic themselves. Which is proven to be a bit of a difficult task. Yep. Lap traffic is in Florida Bobbin's future. As you see right here, well, can't drive. Well, you can't drive, just driving all over the place. He's gonna become the moving chicane. Oh, there's lap traffic again. No, he's Paul Menard and others who were involved in the. Well, no, Paul Menard was involved in the accident. Although, nope, only slowed up for a super short period of time, like a bit about for a millisecond. They kind of slowed him up, but yeah, they're pulling away now. Or he's pulling away now, kind of. Well, how far the bottom lane's going. And here comes Trix and the real Xbox Nerd. Oh, they were going just a little bit slow back there. The tires are definitely starting to get worn out. I mean, I expect the cars to get warm out after the speeds that, you know, these drivers hit at this track. And there's the Lady Brothers getting together, though. That's kind of cute. Brotherly love. Too bad it's not for the lead, and Skinner just going a lap down. Oh, but although here comes the real Xbox Nerd now trying to get up on Truex. These two are really close to each other. Oh, real Nerd though backing out just a bit because he doesn't want to crash. Still pretty early in the race, and I'm sure both these guys really want to get a good finish in this race so they can make up for their misfortunes of, you know, that occurred at Pocono. They're trying to go really fast before the Bobbin, but they just have to avoid lap traffic and not make any mistakes. Here comes the Xbox Nerd though, underneath Martrix Jr. That's not something that you want to do. You know, you don't want to battle with each other. They kind of have to work together. Although of course, these two drivers, Xbox Nerd and Martrix Jr. drive for completely different organizations. And these two completely different organizations have zero affiliation with each other. You know, which is understandable because Martrix Jr. drives for Joe Gibbs Racing, and of course, the real Xbox Nerd drives for UTP Motorsports, which has a partnership with Tobal Motorsports, and wow. I'm just saying dumb things now. But I'm sure you get the point that these two drivers, they are not friends. They do not like each other. Well, maybe they kind of like each other, but they fight for different organizations. As I cannot talk English anymore. Although I can at least say that Freund of Auburn is now once again out to a huge lead. I mean, although Truex, he had a 0.1 second faster lap than Freund of Auburn back there. So as Duck is on pit road and Keselowski's still on pit road. So, but and of course neither of those two guys are competing for the championship anymore. So lol, I guess. I mean, Keselowski, he could have made the playoffs had he not screwed up at Darlington. If he'd finished better than Oliver at Darlington, he would be in the playoffs right now. But, nope. Oh well, maybe next season. Oh, it's quite impressive, though, that Oliver did make it into the playoffs, despite being one of the most, or possibly the most irrelevant driver for this whole season. I'll say the most, one of the most, anyway. And here he is making it into the playoffs on points. And purely on points. Yeah, not much to say at the moment though about this race. I mean, it's been pretty stale so far. Oh, what's this? I love how Freund of Auburn gets slowed up by Can't Drive. But then when Truex and the real person next have a chance of getting up to Freund of Auburn, they get slowed up behind Can't Drive 2, completely destroying their chances. Of course, these two, they were right up there with Freund of Auburn, and then they weren't. Morons. They need to do better than this. Or, I mean, they have to do better than this if they want to actually, at least have somewhat of a chance to compete for the title this year. Even then, that's even if they're in contention to win the title by the time we get to the final race of the season. Truex, though. Yeah. I mean, Truex, he is the defending champion. So, yeah. I mean, Truex hasn't done super bad this season, but Pocono, though, that really destroyed him. And he's going to have to really, if he wants to win this title, he really wants to, or he's really going to have to, get on it. With the last 9 races of the season. And, of course, something to say about the real Xbox, the real Xbox Spirit, he's gonna win a title someday, and he could do it this year, but he needs to really just generally just improve his, performance. And, of course, a lot of people might be saying, well, Freund of Auburn, he's done super good this season. Might as well give him a trophy. Considering the fact that Freund of Auburn has more than, or just have pretty much double the wins of the next guy in line. Oh, but here they might try again. Nope. Freund of Auburn gonna make it right around Atlantic Castle and Reed Swordston. Again, you would think that March Jr. Kind of, sort of, kind of, maybe. They're definitely getting close to each other, but they need Freund of Auburn to really get slowed up by Can't Drive if they're even gonna have a chance to pass him. Yeah, it's like a driver is so much better than you that you just cannot pass him, and you have to rely on the misfortune of the driver in front to actually be able to pass them. And Martin Truex Jr. He's trying, but he's just not going fast enough. I mean, he's right up there with Freund of Auburn, but he needs to get closer to him. Well, now that we're at the midway point of this race, One of these guys might want to now step on it. You guys can't drive again. Alright, coming to the corner. Are they gonna play smart or are they gonna play dumb? Oh. They're gonna play neither, because Point Above and you get sold up that by can't drive that much. You know, these guys are really gonna have to. They might have to make Can't Drive into their best friend, especially the fact that Can't Drive might not even be here racing next season. Now there's more live traffic coming up, but these guys still need to capitalize on it. So here's Truex. Oh, Truex running high. Wow, very bad line for Truex. Wow. Truex. Oh, whoops. Truex makes a big mistake going to the high line. And that's allowed the Ridley Xbox to pass him. Now only for him to get caught by lap traffic and for them to lose lots of ground on Point of Auburn. Man. So the Ridley Xbox third makes up his position on Martrix Jr. Oh, but Martrix Jr. might try to pull the crossover move here. Going up here on the front straightaway, and looks like he will. Yep, there he goes. Truex. Oh. Truex taking on the brakes a bit. That's allowed the Ridley Xbox nerd to get slightly further away. Hey, how much longer until one of these guys actually catches up to throwing to Bobbin? It's interesting how much coverage these two guys are getting compared to the last race, where after both of them blew up, neither of them were even a factor into the equation of you know what of I'm trying to say here, you know, Pocono. So the real Xbox nerd. And Martrix Sr. What can they do to get out to Point of Auburn? Well, I mean, there's more slow cars coming up, but none of those guys are really going to slow Point of Auburn up by that much. I mean, 650 Jimmy Johnson's going to be slow, but up ahead of him though he's got Austin Dillon. You know. Ooh, Jimmy Johnson trying to stick with Point of Auburn, but only for a short time period though. Jimmy Johnson. Will he ever win again? I don't know. Ooh, Austin Dillon, and there's Can't Drive. And there goes Can't. Oh! That was a close one. They nearly made contact with each other. Actually, they did make contact. That would have been a disaster. Well, this race pretty much just become a repeat of Paris. For the most part. With Point of Auburn leading every single lap, it seems. And nobody can catch him. Hmm. Well, not much else to say, to be honest. Yeah, I'm trying to think of some other things to say about this race, but there's nothing. 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 Oh, what happened to... What? Where is the Real Xbox nerd? Oh, pit road. Alright then. That's slightly interesting. Not blanking. I'm trying to get to the point of op, and there you go. Oh, pit stop's happening now. Oopsie days, I missed this. I missed on this. So, the Real Xbox nerd not going up pit road in front of op, and about to go on pit road too. Might be the only pit stops in this race. And Truex stays out. And I hear some banging. Where's Truex? There's Truex. Truex now by himself, so Fernando won't lead every single lap, but Truex, though, he might, well, I say he might try something if he can try something. If he can have a better pistol than Fernando Bob, then he can definitely get out ahead of him, but, you know, then he's got to keep Fernando Bob behind it for the whole rest of the race, which would be a very tough challenge. What would it be? I don't know, and we'll find out when Truex gets off of pit road. Keselowski's still stuck on pit road, though. He's been on pit road this entire race. So I have no idea what's happening with his crew. Oh, Truex down to second. Who's in first then? Oh. Oh, Tim Tom. I should keep it on Truex, because... Oh! And there goes Fernando Bobbin. And it comes through Xbox Nerd too. So Fernando Bobbin currently in 11th, but he'll be back at the first when the pit cycles go through. So now, all the cars are spread on this track. And Fernando Bobbin now has a load of cars to deal with and pass. And this could be Truex or Xbox Nerd's chance, but yeah. Look at that though. Fernando Bobbin about to get surrounded by lapped cars. Dear oh dear. And help Atlantic Castle, Eric Almirola. All these guys going or surrounding him. Also, this is just me, or is the number 13 on Fernando Bobbin's side of the car very hard to see? Well, it is Fernando Bobbin, knows who is, the only one driving this green car. Green, red, and gray. Yeah, Fernando Bobbin. He's well, he's setting sail. And here's the Real Xbox Nerd, the next guy in line. If he doesn't get his act together, he will, well, simply not compete for the lead. I mean, he can get to Fernando Bobbin, but he's got to rely on Fernando Bobbin making a mistake or something, but, you know, survey says Fernando Bobbin may not. He's just that good at passing cars and making smart maneuvers. Now he's gonna win another 2 races in a row. You know, I mean, one Pocono. If he wins here, well, yeah, 2 in a row. Well, the first time he's won 2 in a row this season. So how many times have he won 2 in a row? Well, it's a very good question, actually. Ooh, for Robin, we got a little bit slowed up by Can't Drive. That's allowed the race to gain a tiny bit of ground. Although, he's got Danger 6 in front of him, so he's got to get right past him, and it looks like he will, yeah. The race looks like they're going to get right past Danger 6. And there's, well, Mr. Light's brother was there too. But the real Xbox nerd, he's trying to have Frodo Bobbin in his sight, but needs Frodo Bobbin to get caught up in some sort of lap traffic to make a pass. Oh, that's not going to be very... Ooh, Where's Mr. Nerd took a very bold line there. He almost crashed into Kurt, or almost made contact with Kurt Busch, but luckily didn't. But that was very close, though. First time we've seen that here in New Jersey. Well, in this race, you know, in this race too. There's Bubba Wallace doing things. So, Frodo Bobbin, he's got so much lap traffic to navigate through. You know, could the really supposed nerds, you know, rely on this to try and do a thing, or I don't know. Yes, there is Bubba Wallace, who is... Ooh, Frodo gonna get held up by him. And get slowed up by him by quite... it wasn't the most thing, or wasn't the worst hold up in the world. Well, it might be for the real Xbox nerd. Nope, he's gonna go right underneath him. Ooh, he's gonna take a lower line than Frodo Bobbin. Like a teeny weeny little bit of ground. And Frodo Bobbin now falling off. No, the relationship now starting to fall off a bit. So, they continue to battle with each other. And, At this very moment, though, there seems to be no passing. So now this, it's about going a bit quiet because there's no lap traffic at the moment. I'm in front of Bob and we're just run into some the real Xbox nerd could totally capitalize on this, but he's just not. Yeah, not crazy fast anyway. Although it is, very impressive. I struggle to talk, it's been quite impressive what Frodo Bobbin has been able to do this season. He's got 11 wins. Oh! Nope. He tried and failed. If Frodo Bobbin could just get held up for a long enough amount of time, the real Xbox could totally catch up and capitalize. Or maybe the real Xbox is playing a bit of a strategy here, as he's trying to wait till late in the race to pass Frodo Bobbin and steal the win, and then get his first win of the season. Or no, first win The fourth one of the season, I mean, not first one. The real Express has had won races, but he needs to do better. This is the playoffs now. Oh, I say, and there he goes, getting held up by Jimmy Johnson again. Come on. And now they're out to a huge gap between each other. Throwing Robin and the real Xbox nerd. Big gap. There he goes. And there's Rebecca going fairly slow. For the Robin, ultimately being the best driver today. Man, I was out to even bigger lead with the real Xbox nerd. So, Fronto Bobbin, he had he came out of Pocono with a really huge points lead. And it looks like after this race, he's going to keep his very huge points lead. And he already had a huge points lead going into Darlington. And he's... I mean, it's... What else can I say? What can be said that hasn't already been said about Fronto Bobbin this season? I mean, last season he wasn't that bad, but... he wasn't able to catch up to Truex. I guess after that season, Fronto Bobbin just, had enough of coming close to winning, and so he souped up his race car, and just look at Fronto Bobbin's decisions from this season. So, Fronto Bobbin, it's not much to say, to be honest. Well, race almost over. Starting to die down a bit. Oh, huge speck of lap traffic though. Wow, the real he's now just too far behind. There's no way he can catch up to Fronto Bobbin through this. He's just too far behind, and yeah. There's another playoff contender of Oliver. Yeah, Oliver, he not up to the best start in the playoffs either. As Fronto Bobbin continues to pass cars up. And well, lap cars anyway. Here's Fronto Bobbin getting slowed up by other guys. Able to get around them though. Here's Willis Stern having his, playing his own game with lap cars. And, not quite getting up there. Still. It was raised almost a very, peristyle race for Bob leading up to the lap, but, he's still led so many laps, man. So, yeah, as I'm not saying too much, well, that's just because there's just nothing going on in this race, to be honest. I mean, there have been times where the really supposed to got close for him above him, but he's just too far away now, too far back. And pit stops happen so well. I mean, they happened after the halfway point of the race, so I mean, if these guys pit one more time, then it's gonna be something. But if they don't, then well, yeah, almost can really happen now. I mean, they pitted around next week, though, right around the halfway mark. So I don't think front of bottom will do what I did at Bristol and stupidly pit. You know, I mean, although, you know, he had a pretty big points gap at Bristol, despite that being very early on in the season, and still has a pretty big points gap going to this race. I mean, just look at how far ahead he is of the real Xbox nerd. There seems to be no contest at anymore at this, you know, up to this point. So, Florian Bobbin, he pretty much already won pole, you know, after the real Xbox nerd Martin Sr. had their misfortunes. And Florian Bob, and here in this race, he's just pulled away. Hasn't needed to capitalize on anything. He's just that good. You know, he's been doing this for many years and still got it. Starting back for the Bobbin's success, especially in this season alone. I mean, 2012 was his most successful season, his best season before this. This season might be even better than that. Well, we're almost there to the end. Yeah, so he won Pocono pretty easily. And he's close to winning this one pretty easily. I can't say much. Yeah. I mean, we're just getting that much closer and closer to the end of the season. And Florian Bobbin's still in tip-top performance. Surprisingly, my bad doesn't annoy me that much in this race. So in the start that I, you know, had that, well, it's only start that it, I mean, the noise, because text messages, anyway. Well, one more to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. And, what can I say, really? Well, of turn number 4, and nobody surprised, but Florian Bobbin will get his 12th win of the season at New Jersey. What do you think about that? I'm sure you probably think this race was a bit boring, and let's face it, this race wasn't the most entertaining one ever. So, yeah. There you go. Well, for a while, we're going to have to enjoy the successful last, because next season, well, rumor has it there might be some change in the rules and stuff. So, yeah. So, Frontal Bobbin, well, like I said, effortlessly just going to win here at, New Jersey. I keep reading the track's name. It's so simple. But, yeah, I am, pretty saucy after that race. Oh, Kozlowski. We're going to find out what his issue was. Oh, there he is, still stuck on Pier Road. I don't know about Kozlowski. After the race started, he was nowhere, and Kurt Busch like he couldn't get. Oh, Kurt Busch came on lap 101, and guess still couldn't keep going or something. I don't know. And that's weird. Yeah, so Duck and Kozlowski are so stuck on there on the road for I have absolutely no idea why. But with that being said, let's give you your finishing position. So Freud Bob is going to win here easily. With Willis Berserk coming up second, Marcher Sr. third, Denny Hamlin fourth, Chase Elliott fifth, Bank Cody sixth, William Byron seventh, Tim Tom eighth, Daniel Hemrick ninth, Kyle Busch 10th, Perry Serp 11th, Kyle Larson 12th, Gurgen 13th, Donald 14th, Joe Logano 15th, Cliff Boyd 16th, Ryan Newman 17th, Oliver 18th, Daniel Suarez 19th, Ryan Blaney 20th, Eric Jones 21st, Nia 22nd, Bubba Walls 23rd, Austin Dillon 24th, Danger 6 25th, Alex Bowman 26th, Eric Unroll 27th, Mommy 38th, Mr. Lay Mommy 28th, Mr. Lay 29th, Dirtbird 30th, Jimmy Johnson 31st, Nick Couch 32nd, Paul Bernard 33rd, Richards 34th, Kurt Busch 35th, Mr. Lay's brother 36th, Kevin Harvick 37th, Rebecca 38th, Karen Todd 39th, Doug 40th, Douglas 41st, and Brad Keselowski in last in 42nd. Wow. Can try with suspension issue? What? And Harvick had an ignition failure? What? Okay, that's interesting. I guess he had an ignition failure. Wow. I mean, lucky he got off the track before a caution came out. But, still a little bit of a shame to see. Apparently can't drive. No, apparently, well, Douglas. Apparently he also retired. I'm pretty sure he. Oh no, I get. Oh. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh yeah, so So I guess the wreck that Donald got involved in, or Douglas got involved in, lap number 2 was the one that took him out of the race, and since then he didn't do anything else in this race, and can't drive on a suspension issue. So that happened pretty late in the race. I guess the suspension broke for some reason, and then he just went up a road and didn't come back. Oh well. Well, with that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next video. Okay, apparently there's no pit victory lane celebration thing at this track. Okay, yeah.